I've got, there we go. Um, Roger that. You are 5'9" here, North Carolina.
Yeah, you're sounding great this morning out in West Tennessee.
West Tennessee. And let me know your call sign one more time, please.
And my name is Scott, Sierra Charlie Oscar Tango Tango, and glad to meet you this morning. You're 5'9", and sounding good out here in Tennessee. Roger.
Thank you for the 5'9". What was your call sign again, please?
It's Kilo Germany 4, Kilo Tango Lima, AG4 ATL.
Oh yeah, roger that. I see we've spoken once before. That was last April 27th when we talked. And I think you owned some Radio Shacks at one point we talked about. Over.
Hey, shot in the arm for the the expert logging. That is, and detail. Yeah, that is accurate.
Yeah, I think I wrote it down because, well, we all love Radio Shack, but also I had a family member that owned a Radio Shack in Southern Pines, North Carolina, way back. So that made an impression on me. But I write things down when I can. I called a soft file on people. You know, when I was in sales, so we had to have a soft file on people and personal information, just so we had icebreakers and stuff. The next time we met them, we got to know them a little bit better. And I just like meeting people. So, Scott, you sound great. What are you running?
The rig is an Icon 7600 and doing about 600 watts out to a hex beam at 50 feet, pointed about 60 degrees my direction.
Yeah, roger that. Well, it's working great. Sound like you're right next door. And I'm running a Yaesu FTDX10 100 watts with a homebrew doublet antenna up about 40 feet. And it is broadside your direction. Over.
Yeah, you're directly. Where are you exactly? This is interesting. Okay, sorry about that. Your bearing for me is actually 93.4. Let me go ahead and see if I can turn it here. I'm at 60. Let's see. 93.4, 70, 90, 1, 2, 3, something like that. Did that make any difference at all? That's a good experiment.
Yeah, I mean, it went up just a little, but it was already like 10 over, so I don't think we have a problem.
Excellent. So, yeah, so now I'm pointed directly at you, and thank goodness the band is holding up, basically.
Yeah, it definitely is. Sounds great. Excellent. Well, good deal, man. I pretty appreciate the contact again. I think I need to get my audio adjusted here, Scott. So I'm going to take a little break and get some more contacts in just a bit. But let me get the audio adjusted, test some things out. I hope you have a great Saturday planned, and hope to talk to you again later on, maybe about some more Radio Shack stuff. Over.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, go ahead and get her done, and 73. And thanks for the kind comments during our conversation today. AG4, KTL.
Yeah, nice to meet you there. 73, W4 NDK. Bear with me a second, guys. I just gotta make sure my audio is set up right. Okay, now I'm on the direct connection from the transceiver. Thanks for bearing with me a second, guys. Let me know how's the audio, guys. If you hear anything unusual, let me know. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, W4 NDK, CQ, CQ, CQ.
Kilo Bravo 2, Kilo Alpha Bravo.
Kilo Bravo 2, Kilo Alpha Bravo. That's David in Staten Island. You're about a 5'7" here, North Carolina. Hey, David.
Roger. I got you down as Nathan, is that correct?
That is correct.
Good morning, Nathan. David here on Staten Island. Beautiful day. I'm just waiting for the snow to come in. You're about a 5.8, 5.9 right now into the island.
Okay, yeah, and like I said, you're a 5.7 here. What are you running, David?
We're running an Icon 706 MK2G with a SM20 mic and an inverted G5B Junior in the backyard.
Yeah, Roger. Are you running any power or just barefoot?
No, 100 watts. That's about it.
Okay, you're doing great with the 5.7 here down to North Carolina. And I'm running a homebrew doublet antenna and 100 watts with a Yaesu FTDX10. And the antenna is oriented pointing, not broadside, but pointing. It's going southwest, northeast. So it's the tip of it's pointing directly at you. Well, you sound great, David. Nice to meet you there. Hope you have a great Saturday playing. What you got going on today?
We operate a volunteer ambulance corps up here, and we're going to be out there on the road pretty soon.
Okay, well, that sounds like you'll be busy, and that'll be some interesting work there. A volunteer ambulance crew. That's interesting. Do you charge the patients? Is it a nonprofit, or how does that work?
It goes volunteer work, and we get our stuff through other means of, contributions and all that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're doing that. I'm sure they need your help. You probably sometimes beat the city ambulance, right?
Right now we're in conjunction with them because we're under mutual aid.
Okay, Roger. Very interesting. Good work. Curious from the ham radio and the commercial radio perspective, what kind of radios are you using there? Are they P25 Motorola's or are they Kenwoods?
No, they're Motorola.
Okay, yep. I spent just a little bit of time doing that business for ambulances and rescue crews for commercial radio. All right, well, good job. Have fun today. Thanks for your service. And nice to meet you there, David.
All right, very good, Nathan. You take care. Have a great weekend. Be well, be safe, and we'll talk later down the log.
Yeah, talk later down the log. Nice to meet you there, David. 73 W4NDK.
Kilowatt 2, Bravo, London, United.
Kilowatt 2, Bravo, Lima, uniform?
That is correct. K2BLU. The name is Zach here, and I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I notice you like your audio. So my question to you is, I haven't been on this radio in a couple of years. You're my second contact. Just wondering, how's the audio sound to you?
Sounds very good. Good highs, good mid-range, not too much lows, which is good for amateur radio. I think it's good. What radio are you using?
I'm on a 7600, yes.
Okay, it's good. Sounds very good. Zach, nice to meet you. What's your antenna and how much power are you running?
Oh, hello. I'm running about 1,100 watts into a 12.5-foot chameleon telescopic mobile whip on the ground.
Okay, roger that. I love the antenna, and thanks for running all that power. I'm running, when I go mobile, a 17-foot chameleon, and I usually use my Wolf River coil for that. And I'll stream from the car, usually Thursday nights, and really enjoy doing that. Well, you sound good, Zach. I'm running 100 watts with the FTDX10 and a homebrew doublet antenna up about 40 feet, and it's pointing. Broadside is southeast. Wait, broadside is, let me see, northeast southwest. And you're sounding good. Nice to hear you, Zach. Over.
All right, thank you. Well, you're a 10 over here with one preamp on, and I like a lot of bass, not too much bass, but I like it to be full sounding. And so I haven't been on for a while. Maybe I need to adjust the bass just a little bit to get a little bit more balls on the bottom, but I will check it out. Anyway, have a good evening. Your radio sounds good. My main radio these days is an FTDX10, and I also have a Kenwood TS850. Those are my remaining radios for many years of collecting, but I've sold most of them off. So back to you, and have a good evening.
Oh, yes. Well, you're sounding good, Zach, and nice to meet you there. Nice Hawaiian shirt. We'll be down in Florida in June or July. I might actually come down there next week. I'll be down in the Orlando area for some training. But, yeah, you're sounding great. Kilo 2, Blue, Bravo, Lima uniform. Nice to meet you, Zach. Thanks for finding me on the live stream. The live stream is Go Amateur Radio 73.
All right, this is K2, beautiful ladies' underwear. And don't you forget it.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, and this is Whiskey 4, 9 Drunk Kangaroos. CQ, QRZ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, 9 Drunk Kangaroos. Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo. CQ. This is W4NDK. Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by.
W1ECB.
Hello, Hollywood. Hello. How's it going, Gregor? Sounded very good today. 5'9".
Yeah, real good. You're also 5'9". Real strong signal. Talk to me about the audio. I'm reading the chat. Tell me about what's going on with the tuner and the chokes and all that.
Well, there's no problems at all. I was just thinking proactively. I was watching some videos of other guys who were operating portable on a G90, and they got, I don't have a G90, but they got some RFI back when they were in their vehicle. And I'm just running that doublet in the backyard that's not connected to the shack directly, as you saw, into the KX2 with the binding post adapter. Any reason you think I should put a choke on that before it gets into the radio? Over.
Okay, so if the radio is completely floating from ground, so if you're running it on battery power, there's no power supply, there's no grounding strap, it's sitting on a wicker table, everything is electrically floating. Theoretically, no, you don't need a bell in there because the whole thing is already floating at neutral anyway. If you did have a power supply, then yes, I would think that a one-to-one choke or a one-to-one current balun on the output of the radio, it would assist you in providing equal power to each side of the doublet.
Okay, roger that. Yeah, I did have a 4-to-1 balun on it, and I just noticed I get more power out when I'm not using that balun, so I'm just going to stick with what I got. I just wanted to check on that. Thanks very much for the information.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you say you get more power out, are you looking at the watt meter, or are you judging by how many contacts you're making?
Just by how many contacts I make, and so there could be other variables that are influencing the contacts I make.
Got it. Okay, real good. Yeah. Usually, if it's not a high impedance antenna, and it'll change with the band, with the doublet, of course. Oftentimes, a one-to-one current choke is more efficient because the tuner has major losses if the tuner is seeing a very low impedance. Let's say that the antenna is 100 ohms, and you're dividing by 4 because you're using a 4-to-1. Now the tuner is seeing a 25 ohm load, and that's where they start to get losses.
Yeah, so I think that's what's happening. Yeah, okay. Roger, and yep, it does seem to work really well if I'm just connecting right in with the balun, and it's got a good tuner on there, so you think I'm fine with the way it is?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'll tell you what I do here, and I would highly recommend, because you play with doublets like I do. See if you can find at either one of the fleas or on eBay, because MFJ is long gone. But MFJ used to make a current meter that was for balanced line. I'm looking at mine right now. And so it'll tell you not just how much current is going down each leg, but the fact that they're equal magnitude. That's really important. So
if it's out of balance, the line is going to transmit. You're going to have RF on the line. It's going to pick up more noise, and you're not going to have the nulls in the doublet that you expect to have. May not be broadside to it.
Okay, roger that. I probably have that going on here in the shack because it's one of the legs is kind of touching a tree and curves a little, and the other leg is straight. Over.
Yeah, W4NDK from W1ECB. Exactly. And that's how I have mine set up too, because I don't have a lot of height here. So one leg is actually over the canopy. It's laying on the top of the trees. Now in the wintertime when there's no foliage, it's not a big deal. And they're pretty much equal, but in the summertime when that foliage is popping out, it does make a big change. And it makes a bigger change the higher up in frequency you go. So at 160, there's very little difference. But at, 21 megs up to 29 megs, yeah, there's more and more of a difference.
Okay, roger that. Yeah, I'm writing down current meter needed for balance lines. See if it's equal. I'll look for that on eBay. Yeah, roger that. Well, thanks very much for that information. And, yeah, I have noticed that once the leaves come out. So I got to keep an eye on that. Yeah, there's not much I can do with it. Although I could take the doublet down and get it out from under one of the branches that's kind of holding it down on one leg. I think I could do that. That'd be a little bit of work, but it might be worth doing in the at least in the summertime. Over.
Yeah, roger. The model number is the MFJ 835.
Okay, thanks very much, Hollywood. I appreciate the information there.
Oh, fantastic. Anytime. Glad to help out. And, the doublet is the right way to go. Just, balance is key. I don't think I'll ever go back to coax, except for VHF and UHF. But for HF, balance line, baby. Okay. Hey, enjoyed the QSO, and happy to help out. And like that, I'll sit back quiet in the chat, as they say, and let you work some more. Thoroughly enjoyed it, Nate. Good morning to you. W4NDK from W1ECB, 7-3.
Yeah, thank you, Hollywood, W1ECB. And thanks for sharing that information, because other hams are learning from it, and it's out there on YouTube now. So that's what I want to do is I want to inspire some new hams, some young hams, even maybe some GMRS folks to get into ham radio and to try a doublet, because I was scared to try the doublet at first. And the way that I tried it, I set it up in the backyard. It performed well, and then I made it come into the shack. I built another one, and I'm sold. Now I use it for parks on the air. I don't want to go back to anything else. 73 W1ACB, W4NDK. I'll see if we can take a few more. See you later. Thank you, Hollywood. QRZ. Okay, I had a double there. I'm going to take, okay, I heard Romeo Whiskey. Let me get the call sign of the other station, and then I'll take Romeo Whiskey first.
Kilo 5, Tango Alpha Romeo.
Okay, I'll take Tango Alpha Romeo second, and Romeo Whiskey. Go ahead.
Good morning there, Nate. It's Victor Echo 3, Sierra Romeo Whiskey.
Hey, Don. How you doing? Good to hear you. What's your weather like up there?
Well, it's cold up here, Nate. We're about -2 degrees Fahrenheit, and lots of snow. More snow than I can remember in a lot of years, over.
Oh, yeah, you guys are getting a lot of lake effect snow, and yeah, be careful up there, and hopefully it'll melt off soon. I bet you're ready to get back to spring. Over.
Oh, yeah, well, it won't be long now, buddy. Once we get well into February, March comes, and then always sometime in April we're able to get our bikes out.
Yeah, roger that, QSL. Well, Don, good to hear you. Thanks for coming in. You're 5-3. You're 5-3. What's my signal?
You're coming in here really good, Nate. 5 and 5. Nice and clear today.
Okay, thanks for the 5 and 5. Thanks for being there, as always. Thanks for being on the live stream, too. Nice to hear you. And 73 there, Don.
Roger, roger. Nate. Yeah, I just spotted you on the live stream and come in and wanted to say good morning to you and let you get out. All these other guys want to get in and say good morning to you as well. 7-3, Nate, we'll be talking to you. VE3 SRW.
Yes, VE3 SRW, Sierra Romeo Whiskey Don in Canada. Good to hear you. 73 from Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. And I'll take the Tango Alpha Romeo.
Kilo 5, Tango Alpha Romeo. I bet you're 5'8" in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, partner.
Okay, thank you for the 5'8". Thanks for the 5'8". Give me a little more audio. I know I think you're running the 7100, the DXCOM SIG 9, right?
Yes, roger that. Yeah, and the band is fading pad bit.
Yeah, you're 5'4". You're 5'4". Thanks for the 5'8". And we have some QRM coming in just above us. But thanks for the contact, Ryan, in Louisiana. And I love the call sign. We've spoken before. I love the call sign. I'm a Tar Heel. So Kilo 5, Tango Alpha Romeo would be great for somebody in North Carolina. Thanks for coming in, 73.
73, partner. You have a wonderful day.
You too. That was Ryan in Louisiana. Nice to hear him. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. We might be losing the band. It's a lot noisier now, so I might have to go over to another band. I'm going to look at DX Heat and see what it looks like out there. But this is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. So it's showing North America. We got 10, 15, and 20 meters. Might be a good time to go over to 15 or 10. But let me try this a couple more times. CQ, CQ, CQ. Yeah, it must be DX. CQ, CQ, and standing by.
And don't throw down your shovel just yet. Just hang in there.
Okay, so you're hearing me okay. Yeah, who is this again?
We spoke just a moment ago, KG4 KTL. Man, you're getting to be almost 20 over out here. So, I mean, you're being heard is where I'm going. Don't throw your shovel down just yet is where I'm going.
Yeah, Scott. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I guess I'm still getting out short, and it's not just gone long yet. So you're in Tennessee, directly west of me. Henderson, is that outside of Nashville?
80 miles east of Memphis. If you know where Jackson, Tennessee is, for 20 minutes drive due south on Highway 45.
Oh, yeah, I remember talking to you about Casey Jones that was out there. Okay, roger that. Well, thanks very much for the report. I'll stick around here for a little bit more. Thanks. You kept me from moving. This is Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo, W4 NDK, CQ in, standing by. KD4 UTJ, is that right?
This is Kilo Delta 2, Uniform Tango Juliet.
Oh, thanks for the phonetics, William. Thanks for phonetics. You're 5'3", North Carolina?
Good morning, you're 5'4" in New York.
Thank you for New York. What are you running?
We're in the garbage this time of year.
Okay, what are you running up there?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I just turned on a new Yaesu ST991A a few days ago, and in fact, I'm setting up a desk and everything for it to sit on. I never really had a base radio. I was always running 20 watts. So running 50 watts is quite a difference to me.
50 watts, so it's working. What's your antenna?
41 feet of speaker wire, NFET with a 9-to-1.
Okay, so it's a random wire antenna. Oh, it's working. It's definitely working. I like random wire antennas. William, you're coming in good from Bridgeport, New York to North Carolina. 5'3" there. Thanks for finding me. And are you on the live stream? Over.
Oh, no, I didn't know you had a live stream. I was just kind of listening.
Okay, well, the live stream, if you want to hear your audio, is called Go Amateur Radio. Over.
Go Amateur Radio?
That's correct.
Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you again. KD2 UTJ.
KD2 UTJ, nice to hear you there. This is Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo. Standing by for any other calls.
Victor Indigo Foxtrot.
Foxtrot, go ahead. There's a station ending in Foxtrot. Okay, I need it phonetically. I think I've got it wrong. Is it Kilo Delta 1, Victor India Foxtrot? Victor Tango Foxtrot. I need the prefix.
Whiskey 1, W1.
Whiskey 1, Victor Tango Foxtrot?
Let's go. Say again. Whiskey 1, Victor Indigo Foxtrot. D-I-S.
Okay, got it now. Band's really noisy to Florida. Russell and Cocoa, Florida. Russell and Cocoa, Florida. You're 5'3".
I'm just lucky to be anything. I got through 7,300, and boy, am I wading through it slowly.
7,300. And what's your antenna?
Oh, about a 60-foot dipole. Gave me when I graduated.
Okay, well, it's working for you. Thanks for coming into Charlotte, North Carolina. Nice to make contact with you, Russell. Thanks for Florida. That's Whiskey 1, Victor India Foxtrot. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. 73.
73. You, what's your handle?
My handle is Nate. My handle is Nate, short for Nathan. Yeah, thanks for getting in your log. You're in mine, too. Nice first contact with you down Cocoa, Florida. 73 from Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Standing by.
Kilowatt 3, Victor, November.
Kilowatt 3, Victor, November. Kevin in Pennsylvania, 5'9". Great signal.
Yeah, Roger there, Nate. Just want to tell you, 5'9 plus 20 over. Beautiful signal up here in this area. Just scanning the band, and you were the only one on my band scope that was peaking it there, Roger.
Well, thanks very much. You are too. You're sounding great from Pottsville down to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm running a doublet antenna up about 40 feet and a Yaesu FTDX10. What are you running up there, Kevin?
Yeah, currently right now I'm running a 991A at about 5 watts running into an amplifier, running about 300 watts there on a Comet vertical antenna. I just put that antenna up there last week, kind of limited on space. And then I have a multi-band dipole up there. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the dipole and see if that makes any difference, if that's okay there, Roger.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, this is the dipole now. So now I'm running the same equipment just over on the dipole antenna there. Is there any difference there, Roger?
Well, you're a consistent S9 again, so not much difference. Maybe just slightly better on the dipole, over.
Roger. Well, thanks for the report. Thanks for letting me play. At least I know they're similar there. I know different bands, different antennas are different. Like the vertical works really good on the 10 meters there for me to get out. I'm kind of in the mountains up here, so I appreciate your help there. And I'll let you go. I'll let other people get in there and get you the contact there. I'll go ahead and put you in the book. Looks like this is the first time we had the contact there, so we'll go ahead and log you. And I appreciate you picking me up. Beautiful sounding radio there. And we'll send it back to you there.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. You too. You sound great. And if you want to hear your audio, it's archived now on YouTube. And my channel is called Go Amateur Radio. Over.
You said Go Amateur Radio?
Roger.
We'll check it out, definitely. I appreciate that, Nate. And we'll say 73s. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have fun and go Birds on tomorrow, right?
Yeah, go Birds. Yeah, that's who I'm pulling for. Yep, I don't want to see Kansas City win again, so go Birds. That'll be fun. Hey, 73, enjoy that. And I guess you're in the mountains north of Philly, or where are you? Central PA or Eastern?
I'm kind of like Central Eastern. I'm about an hour northeast of Harrisburg there, right?
Okay, Roger. Yeah, I know Harrisburg, and Bucknell University is also some in the area that I know, but my grandparents were from Western PA. All right, 73. Good luck to the birds. We'll see you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks for the contact. Appreciate it, Nate. 73s.
Check you later, 73s. This is Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Charlie Yankee Foxtrot.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Charlie Yankee Foxtrot, Gerald in Ohio, 5'9", North Carolina.
Got you 5'9", Central Ohio, 5'9" both ways.
Okay, yeah, you're doing well, Gerald. Is your name Gerald?
Yeah, it's actually, I got a twin brother named Gerald. It's pronounced Gerald. I go by Gary, QSL.
Okay, got you there as Gary. In the log, tell me what you're running.
Got a FT891 set at 95 watts on a 3-beam Mosley at about 35-foot tower.
Oh, you're doing all the work. 3-beam Mosley, wow. And the FT891, awesome. In the shack, I have one of those. I used to have 2 of them. Probably shouldn't have sold one. But those are great radios, I've tweaked my audio on the 891. I've put in the same settings I use on the DX10, and it helped me increase my bass, etc. But love the radio. Thanks for using the Mosley. I'm running a doublet antenna, 95 watts with the Yaesu FTDX10. And I'm streaming on YouTube, and my channel is Go Amateur Radio. Over.
QSL on the Go Amateur Radio. I already had that wrote down from your last contact. I'm going to go check you out when I get a chance.
Okay, thanks very much. Yeah, I'm at 510 subscribers. You know, it's not a race, it's a marathon, and really just trying to get a couple of people to get their license. That's all I want to do, or get people to upgrade to General from Tech. Hey, 73, Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo. Nice to meet you there, Gary.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. I'm actually middle of December I tested Tech and General, and then I got my father to go get he got his Tech, and he's studying for General right now. So we're fairly new to it. We're going to come check you out on YouTube, him and myself, and we wish you the best of luck on here, and hope to catch you again soon. Kilo Fox 8, Charlie Yankee Fox. Thanks for the contact.
Yeah, roger that. Maybe I'll meet some of you Ohio folks at Xenia one year. Maybe this year. We'll see what happens. 73 from Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo. QRZ. CQ. This is W4NDK, Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. CRE? Okay, give it to me phonetically. Okay, Kilowatt 8, Tango Romeo Echo. This is Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo. Hello, Trent. Your name's Trent, is that correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Yeah, my name is Nate, November Alpha Tango Echo. You're 51. You're just barely over the noise. I almost can't make out what you're saying there. It's tough for me to get Michigan when the band's not in super good shape up to the northwest, but you're sounding pretty good there. What are you running, Trent?
I'm on a pretty old machine. I'm on a at 405 or 450 Kenworth. But yeah, I hear you very clear up here.
Okay, roger that. Thanks very much for the report. And what's your antenna?
I have just a standard single bed antenna, 630 or so.
Okay, I hear you on the infed. Well, nice to meet you there, Trent. Thanks for the contact. 73, that's Kilo 8, Tango Romeo Echo. This is Whiskey 4DK. I'll turn it over to you for your final. Yeah, 73, thanks for finding me here. It's Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo, CQ, and standing by. Got a couple of stations way down in the noise. I can't make out. CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. Okay, we're losing 20. Let me try, well, I don't know. N3WER is telling me I'm spelling strong today. So maybe I'll try a couple more, but we are almost losing 20 here. It's showing. That's at least for the DX perspective. Maybe it's still short. Whiskey 4 NDK, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. Hey, give me 5 minutes. Actually, not 5 minutes. 2 minutes. I'll be right back. CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. Whiskey, Quebec. Hello, Arthur. Hello again. You're 5-2, North Carolina 52. Over. Yes, 5-2, 5-2. Art, 5-2. You sound very good here at 52, but the band is very, very noisy, just barely over the noise. It's not you, it's the band. But nice to hear you again, Arthur, in West St. Paul, Minnesota. Over.
Thank you very much, Nate, and it's good to catch you here in the air this morning because you and I first contact you this morning. I just turned it on. I was reading something that I was trying to look at. I mentioned in value later on this year, I'm kind of thinking of putting the University of North Carolina on a group. I think this was out to the East Coast, and they'll put this out there in the sun, so we can bring that all together. So back to you, May, Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, November India, Whiskey Quebec.
Okay, thanks very much for the contact, Art. November 0, India Whiskey Quebec. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo 73. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Let me see if I can get one more, and then I'll go over to 15 meters. One more on 20. Whiskey 4 NDK. QRZ.
Kilo Echo 8, Whiskey Yankee Yankee.
Wow. Brian in Michigan, 5'9" here. What are you running?
991 on 100 watts.
Really? God, sounds like an amplifier. And tell me what's your antenna?
Running 130-foot end fed.
Well, that's the secret, I guess. And is it sloping down towards me in North Carolina?
Actually, it's an inverted L heading north and south. Yep.
Yep, just taking notes here. Great, Brian. Well, thanks for the contact there. Yeah, I'm running an FTDX10. I'm streaming on YouTube. Go Amateur Radio is the channel, and I'm running a doublet. Over.
Fantastic. Yep, you're 5x9 plus here in southeast Michigan today. And could I get your call again, please?
No problem. Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilowatt.
Well, I greatly appreciate the contact this morning. Like I said, 5x9 in the southeast Michigan, and glad everything's working well today. Go ahead.
Yeah, sounded great too, and I got a good report on your audio from WECB 640 Hollywood in the live stream. He says you've got your EQ dialed in perfectly. Over.
Well, I greatly appreciate that. New to the ham business, only about a year, and still doing a lot of learning, so glad things are coming across well.
Yeah, you're very readable. You're very readable. The last guy, Art, had way too much bass to make out what he was saying. So you've got it all dialed in right. I think Hollywood's referring to the contrast, when you got your EQ set up right. Thanks very much for doing that. Congratulations being new to the hobby. Nice to meet you. Kilo Echo 8, Whiskey Yankee Yankee. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo.
Kilo Echo 8, Whiskey Yankee Yankee, clear in 73.
73. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Yeah, that great transmission inspired me to stick around a little bit longer on 20. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo.
Delta Kilo, WA982.
I heard one with a 9 in it.
November Alpha 9 Mike. November Alpha 9 Mike.
Okay, Paul in Wisconsin, you're 5'5".
Roger that. I'm in Louisiana. Louisiana. You're about a 5x5 in Louisiana this morning. Go ahead.
Okay, 5x5, Louisiana. Thanks very much, Paul, for the contact. I'll keep it short because we got a little mini pile up there, but nice to make a contact with you. November Alpha 9 Mike. You can hear your audio on YouTube, Go Amateur Radio, 73.
Thanks a lot. Have a good morning. See you.
Thanks very much. You have a good one, too, 73. There was another station. Go ahead. CQ 20, Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo, CQ. CQ 20, CQ 20 meters, Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo, CQ. CQ, Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo, CQ, and standing by.
Whiskey 4, November, Delta Kilo, Whiskey Alpha 3, Tango Victor Zulu.
Whiskey Alpha 3, Tango Victor Zulu. Is that David or Dave?
It is David, thank you.
Okay, David, Delaware, 5'9", North Carolina.
Lissell, I'm sorry, I didn't catch all of the meter on your return. I wondered what you thought of my audio.
Yeah, I like your audio. It sounds really good. It's perfect. Sounds great. What are you running?
This is a Yankee FTDX101D, and you're sounding great and giving a strong 5'9" into southern Delaware.
Thanks. 5'9's both ways around, and you barefoot, and what's your antenna?
I am barefoot, and the antenna is a very old 40-plus year Hustler 5BTV trap vertical. DX Engineering is making them and selling parts. It's not much of an antenna for the radio, I know, but I upgraded from an old, well, it's still here, the 746 Pro I had for almost 20 years. Over.
Yeah, Yeah, well, it's working. The bands are good between you and I. The bands are sounding awesome. And for some folks, awful. Depends on where they are. I think Delaware is getting in a lot better than like the Midwest. Although I did hear some really strong stations in Minnesota and Michigan. So yeah, you're sounding good, David. Thanks very much for the contact. 73, this is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo.
73, WA3 TV.
WA9JBQ.
Okay, 73, David. WA9GBQ.
Yes, WA9JBQ. You're 5x9 into the Milwaukee area and Lake Michigan, QSL.
QSL, thanks for the 5-9. You're 5-7, North Carolina. And I don't think I got your call sign right. Could you give it to me phonetics, please?
Whiskey Alpha 9, Juliet, Baker, Quebec, Juliet, Baker, Quebec,
No, I need the suffix, just the suffix. Did you say Juliet, Victor, Quebec?
Juliet, Baker, Bravo, Quebec. Juliet, Bravo, Quebec.
Oh, that's the correct phonetic. Thank you, Bravo. Thank you for the phonetic. Yep, I got you, Richard. Is it Richard?
Rick.
Okay, got you, Rick. Thanks very much for the contact, Rick. And if anyone's interested, I'm trying to help out people that are getting their license. I'm going to show you. There is a ham radio prep sends out a card. It's a sticker, but I keep it on the backing so it's not sticky. I keep it on my desk. It's got the phonetics here with each letter, and it just really helped a lot. So if you're a new ham, get these phonetics. It really helps make contacts. Thanks very much, Rick. 73, this is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. 73.
73, thanks for the contact. Have a good one.
Hey, you too. Thanks for the contact. And Jason's out there, KE2, Bravo Juliet Whiskey, studying for the general, making progress. Excellent, Jason. Keep it up. Really appreciate your hard work and look forward to talking to you on the general bands, and maybe we'll talk sometime on 10 meters as your tech. We could do that sometime. 73. I'm going to go over to 15 just for craps and giggles. So check me out on 15 meters. I'm going to QSY, and you'll see what frequency I'm on. If you're on the live stream on YouTube, go Amateur Radio. 73 all. Thanks for the contacts on 20. Going over to 15 for a few. Okay. 21320. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? 21320. CQ on 21320. CQ and standing by. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. Down to 21318. CQ and standing by. 21-3-18-5. Is the frequency in use? Sorry guys, moving around a lot because there's a lot of stations here. There's a contest. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo on 21-312. CQ and standing by. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. Yeah, just showing everybody on the live stream. This is a sticker that Ham Radio Prep sent out a long time ago with the phonetics on it, and it's almost like you're having something laminated because it's a nice heavy sticker, and I kept the backing on it, and I keep it on my desk. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ. I've got a great YL. Look what she brought me. Starbucks Bacon Gouda Sandwich. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. Yeah, lots of QRM here. Let me try 10. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? CQ. Let me know how it sounds out there. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. 24965.5. 24965.5. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. CQ, Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. KT Money's not hearing anything. 12 meters might be long. I'll try it a little bit, then I'll go to 10. CQ, Whiskey 4, NDK. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. Sorry I'm eating, guys. I know it's rude. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ.
Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo from Victor Echo 1 to Romeo November Mike. Over.
Route Richard, you're 5'9", North Carolina.
Okay, QSL. I don't have my QRZ.com up, and so I'm afraid that you have me at a disadvantage. I have to boot the Raspberry Pi up, but you got a beautiful signal. You're at least an S8, maybe more than that, with fantastic audio. W4, November Delta Kilo, VE1 RNM, back to you.
Yes, Victor Echo 1, Romeo November Mike. You're sounding great. Is it Richard or Rick, or what do you go by?
I go by anything, but don't call me late for supper. Hi. No, I usually go by Rick. If I'm talking Spanish, I go by Ricardo. French is Richard. Rick is good, or Richard, whatever your pleasure. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking to today, my friend?
QSL. Yes, Rick. Yeah, and you're multi-talented to speak all those languages. I only speak English and a little bit of Spanish, not much Spanish. I go by Nate, November Alpha Tango Echo. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Nate.
Okay, Nate. Well, it's really nice to meet you, and you got absolutely superb audio, and just really nice. It's like Collins radio type audio, so you'll have to tell me what you're doing to get there. So, where are you located in the state? I've only ever been in North Carolina, in Cape Hatteras, and that was back in '65, so a lot has changed since then. That was back when the lighthouse, of course, would be still right on the water. That Sandy Strike one, which I'm sure you're more than familiar with. Rig is an old FT1000 NT, and the wire is a 20-meter extended double ZEP, which I think is running something of a cloverleaf pattern, which is probably why you can copy me. you being so much further south, directly south of us. So anyway, bright sunshine today. Wasn't too bad. It was probably minus 8 centigrade last night. It's probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 degrees below zero out there now. Centigrade. I'm not sure what your temperature's been like down there in your neck of the woods. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Nate, VE1 RNM, back to you.
Yes, VE1 RNM, this is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. QSL on the 20-meter extended double ZEP antenna, doing great. FT100MP, very nice. I'm running a Yaesu FTDX10, and what I did with the audio is I went into the EQ. I used the processor, so it's the P parametric equalizer for the processor, and I adjusted it for my voice with the help of somebody on 75 meters who knows a little bit about audio, a lot about audio, and really helped me out. And he calls it the secret Yaesu settings. He started with those settings, and then he tweaked it for my voice. So, yeah, your audio is good, too. Your audio is very good. And the weather here is 53 degrees Fahrenheit, 53 Fahrenheit. I don't know if that's like 20 centigrade or what, but it's, or 15 centigrade, not sure. It's cloudy in North Carolina right now. And yes, you were talking about the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse, which they moved. Roger that. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Back to you.
Okay, beautiful transmission there, Nate. W4NDK, VE1 RNM. Well, your DX10 is absolutely, it sounds magnificent, and that's an interesting thing to know. Yeah, so that equalizer in there, yeah, you've obviously got a lot more latitude in your adjustments than I do here. I have 4 settings. I mean, I can make adjustments on my processor, either negative or positive. I can make adjustments on my carrier, but the actual audio itself, I only have 4 settings. So, but thank you for your comment that I have decent audio. I guess at the end of the day, it's just I want to make sure that I've got clean communication audio. And the biggest thing that I want to avoid is any RF on my audio. So I'm assuming that if there's any feedback, you would let me know on that. Well, 53 degrees Fahrenheit is probably about 10 centigrade, which is not exactly balmy, but it's a whole lot better than what we've got, that's for sure. Oh, I wanted to ask you, what I wanted to ask you is, man, you guys really got nailed in that hurricane. I hope you were not one of them, and I hope that everything is fine with you, but I saw some terrible photos of the damage. That some parts of the state got just plowed, and with a lot of trees down, and it brought back a lot of bad memories of what we had in the end of September of 2022 when Fiona came through and devastated most of our forest and did, immense damage. And it was that kind of got me. There's a picture of me on QRZ.com to my page with a chainsaw, and that was when I learned how to use a power saw. So, and now I'm reasonably comfortable with one, but it wasn't my intention to spend as much time with a saw as I had to. So, but anyway, how does that one go? I forget how the saying goes. Is when you have to step up to the plate and learn how to use something that actually used to terrify you, right? But anyway, now I'm pretty comfortable with the saw now, so maybe you can let me know about your about that hurricane in your part of the state there, Nate, and then I'll let you go back to calling CQ. A real pleasure to speak with you, my friend. Whiskey 4 NDK, VE1 RNM. Back to you, Nate.
Yes, VE1 RNM. And I should have told you early on, I'm live streaming on YouTube, Go Amateur Radio. Just to let you know, hope you don't mind. Over.
No, QSL. Actually, I wish I had it on so then I could listen to my audio. No, I certainly don't mind at all. And how do I get access to your live feed? Go ahead.
Yeah, the live feed is Go Amateur Radio. Go Amateur Radio, Golf Oscar on YouTube. So let me know if you got that.
Yeah, absolutely, I do. And actually, I'm going to start booting up the Raspberry Pi. So that's my shack computer because it doesn't generate any noise, and I'm kind of one of those Pi geeks. Yeah, I just love Raspberry Pi. So for what I want to do, it can do. I use it to run
the digital software for FT8 and FT4 and JSA call and PSA 31 and all those sort of things. So, but anyway, you didn't say anything about your about the that hurricane, and again, I wasn't trying to bring up something that may be a bad memory. I hope that you didn't suffer any damage. That's all I was asking. But anyway, no, I will definitely go up and check that out, and I'm going to let you call CQ some more and pick up some more contact. You've got a great signal in your last transmission. You were a full S9 preamplifier is off, and I'm receiving you again on a wire here in the double Z, so there's not a lot of gain there. So you're really doing a great job. So I'm going to send it back to you, and with many thanks, and you have yourself a wonderful weekend, and enjoy your activation there. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, Victor Echo 1, Radio Nancy Mike, and back to you, Nate.
Yes, Victor Echo 1, Romeo November Mike. Yeah, no, I don't mind talking about the hurricane. Sorry, I just kind of got sidetracked. But regarding the hurricane here, and there is a station just below me now that's just kind of coming in with the QRM, so I may have to move eventually. But the hurricane, yeah, it was an awful situation. It didn't really hit right here, but being a ham radio operator on 2 meters, I gravitate towards one of the repeaters that's up there in the mountains because of the elevation, and it covers all those areas that were affected except for people so far down in the valley that they can't pick it up. But it was the lifeline for folks for like 3 or 4 days or a week until they got enough Starlink deployed and enough cell phone towers repaired. The cell phone towers ran out of fuel on their backup generators. So our repeater, and you can probably, and you might have read about it, is November 2 Golf Echo repeater. It's the highest repeater on the east coast of the United States. It's at 6,600 feet elevation on the top of Mount Mitchell. Was the lifeline. So I was on there with 4 or 5 other folks, and then a bunch of people on the ground doing wellness checks because law enforcement and emergency crews were too busy with people that were injured to do just standard wellness checks. So we were helping coordinate wellness checks. It was awful. But it gave me something to do, got me out of my own head and helping out others, and it's what ham radio is about. There's a couple videos on my channel of some of the transmissions of maybe one of them is some misinformation about a dam breach at Lake Lure, which was the most affected area from the hurricane because it is the area where all the water flows to from all the mountain areas around it. So somebody said the dam was breached, but it wasn't. But I recorded that transmission, so it's a short, I believe, on my stream or on my YouTube channel, Go Amateur Radio. Over to you, Rick, for your final. Victor Echo 1, Romeo November Mike, Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo.
Okay, all copied, beautiful copy, and no problem whatsoever. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, DE1 and returning. And wow, ran into GF repeater at 6,600 feet. That's amazing. I mean, Denver, Colorado is 7,000, so that is, yeah, I mean, on the East Coast, and I'm assuming that that mountain range is probably, it would be, that's the tail end of the Shenandoah River Valley, and I'm sure that's part of the Appalachian Mountain. But anyway, that is quite a hike for a repeater, so it's fantastic that Amateur Radio was able to step up to the plate and provide the emergency service. And I didn't know that about the cell phone repeaters, but it just goes to show that people depending on cell phones for emergency communications, at the end of the day, Amateur Radio is there to step up to the plate and provide that to help people out. So it sounds like you all were out there, again with the wellness checks, checking on people that, I probably threw you down across their properties and so forth. So that's all really, really good. So anyway, yeah, thank you so much. I'm actually just doing something tonight, so I'm going to look at the stream and listen to those videos. With many thanks for the conversation. I really enjoyed it and appreciate it, Nate. Anyway, you take care of yourself. Have fun today, and I do hope that we'll get a chance to chat again. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Thank you so much, Nate. Victor Echo 1, Romeo November Mike, Delta Frank, Nova Scotia. All the very best, and 7 my friend.
Victor Echo 1, Romeo November Mike. Yeah, N2GE was a lifeline for a lot of folks, and not just trees down, but people. People had washed down with the flooding, and people were perished. People had perished. They didn't have enough police to get around to everybody, and they were cut off. I had a friend drive up there to find his parents, and they were fine, and he had to drive for like, I mean, a 2-hour drive probably took him 5 hours, and he had to hike. A lot of people had to hike a long distance. It was terrible. And if you look at the Blue Ridge Parkway now, which is our beautiful, road, it's washed out in some areas, and it's going to be closed, and some links of it are going to be closed all the way through this year. Okay, 73. Thanks for talking to me about N2GE, that repeater. I spent a lot of time on that repeater before the hurricane, and I was like, well, that's what I got to get to, and I went to it, and everyone was using it, including people from Florida, and now there are people on Echolink, etc., getting into that repeater from all over the world. It's probably the busiest repeater in the United States right now. One of them, at least. Okay, 73. Victor Echo 1, Romeo November Mike. I might have to move a little. I think there's a contest on the band, so let me see what it sounds like. But 73. Yeah, I'm going to try to move. I can't make out what you're saying there. Over.
Okay, yeah, I'm watching you now. It looks like you're operating portable from a vehicle, perhaps. But anyway, yeah, there's been some fairly strong signals coming in, so I'm not having any trouble copying you at all. So take care, my friend. All the very best.
Yes, take care, 73. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Let me see if I can find a clear spot here on the 12-meter band. Over. Is this frequency in use? Is 24979 in use? 24979. $9795. 249795 is the frequency in use. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? This is getting comical. Every time I find a frequency, somebody hops on it, or maybe they just start coming in. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Is the frequency in use here? 2498015. CQ and standing by. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. I'll be right back, guys. Be right back. 1 minute. In the meantime, I'm going to switch. Well, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to hit the CQ button in just a second. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use?
Romeo 59, Alpha Charlie 60 is 6172 and AM.
November 0, Mike Alpha Oscar.
Good luck today. Thank you. Sure is that on the station that was calling? I have to stand by. Please go.
Thank you. It's Kilowatt.
Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use?
Are you still standing by, John, or did you move on? Come now. KC4 IRD N0 CS Fly here with the Armset. Are you still around there, John? Over.
Kilo Red Parks on the air. Kilo Charlie 2, Victor Tango Mike.
November 5, Hotel Alpha.
Hotel Alpha.
November 5, Hotel Alpha. November 5, Hotel Alpha. Over.
November 5, Hotel Alpha. You are 5-3 New York, US 12059.
QSL Alpha, you're 5353, Louisiana, 53, Louisiana, over.
I copy your 5-3 Louisiana. Thanks for the contact today. Take care, and 73.
73, thanks. Kilo 2, Bravo, Radio Oscar.
CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air, Kilo Charlie 2, Victor Tango Mike at Oak Ridge Multiple Use Area in New York.
Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo.
Radio Oscar.
Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo 59 New York, US 12059.
Thank you, James. You're 59, North Carolina.
I copy 59 North Carolina. Thanks for the contact today. Take care, 73.
73.
Kilo Red Parks on the air, Kilo Charlie 2, Victor Tango Mike.
I will first say good morning to Ned. Good morning, Ned.
Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? CQ, this is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, and standing by. CQ, this is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, and standing by. Usually the YL system's on this frequency, but I don't hear anyone here from anybody. I called in to see if this frequency was open, so this is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Let me ask one more time. Is this frequency in use? This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ.
Kilo Charlie 3 Tango India uniform.
Kilo Charlie 3 Tango India uniform, is that correct?
That is correct. I have you at 5-9 in Western Pennsylvania.
Okay, thank you very much, Robert. I have you 5-3-53 in North Carolina. What are you running today?
I'm setting up a new Hermes Light radio, and I'm running it through a micro PA50, putting out about 35 watts right now. Over.
Oh, roger that. It's working great. Love those Hermes Light. Is a Hermes Light 2 or a regular Hermes Light?
No, it's actually a Hermes Light 2 Plus with the add-on board that gives you speaker out and mic in right on the radio. Over.
Okay, very nice. Very nice. Sounds great. Great audio. And what are you running for an antenna? You dropped down in the noise. What are you running for your antenna?
Infed half wave, about 66 feet long.
Well, it's working. Thanks very much for coming in there. You're on my live stream, Go Amateur Radio on YouTube. Go Amateur Radio. Nice to make contact with you, Robert. First time in the log.
I will log you on QRZ. Over.
Yeah, you too. Got you logged. 73. Nice to meet you. Good luck with the Hermes Light 2 Plus.
73.
73. I love those Hermes Light 2 Plus. They have great audio. CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ.
89, JRU.
KD9. Kilo Delta 9. JRU, I heard you. Go ahead. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 NDK. CQ and standing by. CQ, CQ and standing by.
Kilo Delta 2 Victor Quebec Echo.
KD9 JRU.
JRU standby. Kilo Delta 2 Victor Quebec Echo. Kyle 59.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, you're 5-9 plus up here into New Jersey. Over.
Yeah, thanks for the 5-9 plus to New Jersey. I've talked to you before. I think the last time was on November 9th. Sounded very good here in North Carolina. Kyle, what's going on today?
Not much. We're just waiting for the snow to show up here at some point. I'm running the Yaesu FT DX10 with an infed half wave up about 25 feet. Yeah, you're sounding good up here as well. What are you running?
Yeah, QSL. I'm running a Yaesu FT DX10. Great audio, by the way. A DX10 with the AT600 Pro 2 auto tuner. 40 foot up, I have a homebrew 40 meter doublet antenna homebrew ladder line, and the spreaders are painted chopsticks. Over.
Okay, sounds good. Your audio's great as well. But yeah, I follow you on the YouTube there, so every now and then I jump on and say hello when I can hear you. But 20 meters is sounding great this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks for following me, Kyle, and appreciate you being there. And 20 meters is sounding great. I was over on 15 meters and then 12 meters and 10, and it was very noisy. So yeah, it's a relief coming back to 20. It does sound great. And I was a little worried about using this frequency because usually the YL system's on here, but I hear nobody from the YL system, so it was an empty frequency, so I jumped on it. I think, do you hear it being clear, or do you hear anyone else out there? Over?
I'm not hearing YL systems up here in the Northeast, but yeah, they're usually on here at some point, but everything sounds clear up here. I'm not hearing anybody.
Okay, roger that. Well, if anyone's listening from the YL system and they want to take over, just let me know and I'll move. But anyway, sounded really good. Kyle, nice to hear you. Doing great with the DX10, same radio I've got. Nice to make contact with you, Kyle.
Yeah, no problem. I'll let you make some contacts. I hear some people throwing their call out, but 7-3, enjoy the weekend. KD2 VQE, I'll be clear.
I'll be clear with KD2 VQE. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. And then I had somebody standing by that was a Juliet Romeo in their call. There was someone that was standing by with a Juliet in their call.
89, JRU.
Kilo Delta 9, Juliet Romeo uniform?
I just want to get a wave out there. Appreciate you being on the radio showing how AM is alive. But I just want to get a good cue. So 89, JRU.
Yes, sir. You're 5'3". You're a strong 5'3", very readable in North Carolina, Bill. Thank you very much for the contact. What are you running there? Bill, what's your antenna before you go?
891. At that point, I can really put you out there, but I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much, Bill. KD9 JRU will be clear with you, 73 from Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. QRZ?
Kilo Alpha 8 Juliet India Lima Mobile.
Wow, Kilo Alpha 8 Juliet India Lima Mobile. Doing great, doing great. What is your name?
Name here is Tom, Tango Oscar Mike, sitting in traffic on Route 4, heading to the Hamcation in Orlando.
Oh, wow, I'm envious. I'm jealous of that. Route 4 to Hamcation in traffic. I'm sorry about the traffic, but you're doing great with the mobile. Have fun at Hamcation today. I bet you're excited about being there. Over?
Yeah, we did a Poda rally Thursday. I spent some time yesterday going back just to hang out with the guys today.
QSL, well, have fun there with the guys. I should have come down there, but I got to go to, I think I'm going to go to Florida next week. What is your setup in the mobile?
I'm running an 891 into a Tar Heel on a Suburban.
It's working great. You're 5'9", North Carolina. Working great. I'd love to get one of those Tar Heels. I think once I get an older car with non-hybrid, I'll probably put that on there. I've got one in the works. I think I'll be trading down to my mom's car once I buy it from her if she decides she's going to get rid of it and get rid of my new car. Hey, 73, Kilo Alpha 8, Juliet India Lima. Tom, you're sounding great. Thanks for finding me and have fun at Hamcation. 73, QRZ? CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ.
November, Oscar 5, Goff.
November Oscar 5 Golf. Philip, good to hear you again. We spoke on the 24th of January. You're 5'9", North Carolina.
Well, great deal. I didn't know that. I hadn't got my login program up. I just come in and turned the radio on and just started listening in. Thought I'd holler at you there. You're sounding good here in Louisiana today.
Thank you very much. You're sounding great in North Carolina also. Beautiful red car. You know, it's small on my screen, so I can't tell what it is. What is that?
It's a 1966 Mustang, Ford Mustang.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. 1966 red Ford Mustang with the black top. Beautiful car. Beautiful car, Philip. Over.
Oh, I love it. I restored it close to 30 years ago. It was actually in 1995. I restored that thing from a $200 car, junkyard car.
Wow. Well, beautiful, beautiful. I bet you enjoy driving that around. That's a head turner there. Beautiful car. Well, thank you, Philip, for coming in there. And since we spoke before, I think I know what you're running. You still running the tri-band vertical dipole, and you're using the TA33 at 750 watts or so, over?
Yeah, well, I'm not running that right now. I'm running barefoot right now, but that's what I'm on, that vertical dipole, running 100 watts right now. I haven't fired nothing else up. I'm just going to make some contacts without firing everything up, but I'm running only 100 now. I was talking, I don't know what I was running back then, probably 700. I got a kilowatt amp, and I run it sometimes.
Yeah, Roger. Well, whatever you're doing it right. Even barefoot, it's working for you. Boy, the coffee's setting in, and I'm in a room in here without much air. I gotta wait for it to get hotter so I can start running the AC in here. Maybe I need to open a window. But anyway, you're sounding very good. Let me take a break and open the window here, but nice to make contact with you. November Oscar 5 Golf, Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. I'll be clear with you.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, I did a little test a few minutes ago in France. The guy in France was calling CQ, so I went back to him on my beam, 10 meters, running 6 watts, and worked him with 5.6. Thank you for coming back, and have a good day. NO5Z.
Yeah, Roger. Makes sense. Yeah, 73. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. I'll be standing by. I got to go open a window. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to keep the live stream going, too. Okay, maybe that'll make it a little more air in here so I can breathe. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by.
Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, WA5 Royal Air Force, WA5 RAF.
Okay, RAF standby. The other station, let me get your call sign down, and then I'll come back to you after I talk to Royal Air Force.
Kilowatt 4 Fox Tango uniform.
Okay, FTU standby. Kilo Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo Alpha Foxtrot. Is it Jerry or what's your name?
You got me. I'm Jerry. I'm located in outside of a little town in Mississippi, about 25 miles south of Tupelo. And you've got a very good signal coming through here. I just had to get on and say hi to you.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, you got a great 5.9 signal coming in here to North Carolina. How are things in Mississippi? What's going on this weekend?
We've got a warm spell. It's supposed to get up to around 78 degrees, I think, here today. It's cloudy. And other than that, it's just about normal, I guess.
Yeah, Roger that. My neighbor across the street just moved back to Mississippi, somewhere near you. And she got on that HGTV special with those Mississippi folks that restore houses, and they redid her house. So I'm looking forward to watching that episode with her on there. But yeah, love Mississippi. I want to get down there sometime again soon. Over.
All right. Well, that ought to be exciting. Kind of unusual when you actually know the person you're watching these things happen to.
Yeah. I'm not sure when they're going to air it. I got to talk to some of the other neighbors, but it is. It's that young couple that fixes up houses. I can't remember what their show's called. I've only watched it a couple times, but excellent. Well, the home of the blues there in Mississippi. Nice to meet you, Jerry. Thanks very much for coming in, and you can hear your audio on my live stream, Go Amateur Radio. Roger.
Okay. I appreciate you coming back to me. I don't normally get on sideband. I'm mostly a CW operator and a 4 attached. So anyway, I appreciate you coming back, and you have a good rest of the day.
Yeah, I understand. CW is highly addictive, very fun to do, and thanks for getting on sideband and talking to me, Jerry. That's definitely an honor to talk to somebody who doesn't usually get on SSB. We'll see you later, Jerry. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo Alpha Foxtrot. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Talk to you soon.
73.
73. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Take a couple more. I think we had Kilo 4, Foxtrot Tango uniform standing by. Go ahead.
Roger, it's Mark, Kilo 4, Fox Tango uniform. Mark in Marvin, North Carolina, just south of Charlotte. I was listening to you, beginning to watch you on YouTube. I finally found your live stream. I had to turn the volume down so I didn't hear myself through the headphones and through the YouTube because of the delay. But good to meet you, Nate. And good signal today. It's just south of Charlotte, considering how close we are.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, we're very close. You're probably a 20-minute drive from me. We're ground wave. We've spoken once before. Mark, nice to hear you. Are you on your G5 RV?
No, I'm on the Mosley TA53M, 5 band, 4 elements, up 64 feet.
Oh, I'm envious. Awesome. Well, I guess you don't have to go to a ham club to operate. You've got that beam there. You're doing all the work. Doing all the work, Mark. Beautiful dog you got there, too. And are you in any local ham clubs?
No, I used to be in a couple, but I've let that slide over the decades, and I'm not a member currently.
Okay, QSL. Well, there's only a few folks that I know around here at Towers. There's a guy up on Barkley Downs, and I'll talk to him every now and then. And you and a couple others outside of town. But you're fairly close to me. I'm near South Park Mall, and it's a pleasure talking to you. I'm live streaming, too, so you can hear your good audio there. You can hear your audio. Over.
Roger, yeah. Now that you said South Park, it vaguely rings a bell that we've talked before. But I was smiling because that two Cubos ago, you talked to that guy with that Mustang, and I said, I've got to get on there, too, and show him my Mustang, since it's also a red one, over.
Yeah, do you have a picture of it on QRZ?
Yes, I do. It's down at the bottom.
Okay, let me see. I got to put it in because I use my logger to pull up your picture, and then I need to go over to QRZ and look at it. Yeah, nice. Florida Technical University. And there's your dogs. And wow. That's a Mach 1. That's not any kind of regular Mustang. That's a Mach 1. Beautiful.
Yeah, I can't sneak anywhere with that. It's a noisemaker. It's got a 428 in it. It was originally a 428 Cobra jet. And I had that thing fully restored back in 2004. Finished up an 8-year restoration on it. And that's my other hobby.
Yeah, do you race that car?
Oh, no. I drive like an old grandma.
Yeah, you don't want to damage it. And it makes some noise, I'm sure. You drive it through the neighborhoods?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, like I said, I cannot sneak anywhere with that thing. You hear it coming from a couple blocks away, over.
Yeah, that's a beautiful car. I'm going to put down here in your profile what you got there as the car. And you going out on a ride this weekend?
No, I don't have anything scheduled this weekend. That photograph was taken at a Marvin Ridge High School car show. They used to hold it every spring at the Marvin Ridge High School band boosters would put it on. It was a pretty good car show. They stopped it 2 years ago, unfortunately. So I've been in search of other nearby car shows. They have one over at the Ford dealership there in Indian Trail. But I haven't been to that one in a couple of years either, over.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I'd like to go to a car show. I think one of the other ones I heard about was in Rutherfordton. Have you been to that one?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to drive 100 miles, but Rutherfordton is I've been there, and there's classic cars everywhere, so maybe you could find out when it's going on. Yeah, you sounded very, very good, man. You're great audio, Mark, and nice to meet somebody local who has a tower. I'm headed to Rock Hill today for some volleyball, and there's a bunch of people on my live stream. My live stream's called Go Amateur Radio, and Hollywood, he's up in Cape Cod. He had a 88 Stang convertible, and I almost bought a Mustang. When I was traveling for work, I had Enterprise hook me up with Mustangs, and was driving the newer ones. Even though they're not at all like the Mach 1s, they were a lot of fun to drive. I miss that. Over?
Yeah, they are. It strips away all the conveniences that come now with cars, and it's just down to basic driving, and it's great when you get your hands on a well-balanced machine. Over.
Yeah, it sure is. It is. It's I drive a car that kind of floats around quite a bit, and it's nice to get in something sporty every now and then. Mine's like kind of a cruiser for the highway. I thought I was going to be driving a lot for work and stuff, and I will be, but yeah, it's not the best ham radio car because I drive a hybrid. But it works. I do. I pull over and I do stationary mobile. I have an antenna mount on the hood hinge. It's a ditch light mount, and it works great. Even a 17-foot whip. Stationary only. Well, Mark, you're sounding very good. Hey there, I see the thing about the tower climber. Have you seen the guy Ray up in New York who has the towers in Maine and elsewhere that climbs towers over?
No, I have not. That's new one to me. Over.
Yeah, let me see if I can find his call sign. I think it's W2RE. Let me look him up and make sure that's him.
I used to use K4ZA. Don, he no longer climbs towers. And Joe Barkley, KI4TV, I think is his old call sign. That may still be his current call sign, but they were the last ones to climb my tower.
What about the guy in Gaston County? There's an article about him here I'm looking at. I'm trying to look up his name, but he climbs the W4CQ tower when we need it. Do you know that guy?
No, given the name of the guy, hold on, I'll look him up, but it's Alpha. Hold on, let me see here.
This guy's name is David Haas. David Haas. Hotel Alpha Alpha Sierra.
There was a guy, Alpha Charlie 4 Zulu Radio. Bill, he does tower work, I understand.
Yeah, so David Haas, he climbs towers. HAAS. He's in this area. You might want to reach out to him. I'm trying to find like a business name, but you could look him up as David Haas. HAAS.
All right, I appreciate that, Nate, and I'll let you go, pick up some others, and I'll pay attention to the YouTube live stream for a little bit. But anyway, good to run into you again, and have a good day. Enjoy your trip to Rock Hill. W4NDK, K4FG, 73, Nate.
Yeah, QSL, we had a little bit of flutter. That was pretty cool. For a second, it went away, but it was almost like Doppler effect. Over?
Yeah, I wonder what it is if it's close range, though.
Yeah, that's interesting, because sometimes that's when it's in the atmosphere moving, kind of almost like ducting or something. But, yeah, it sounded interesting, but it's gone away. Well, thanks for the line of sight contact, the ground wave. Over?
Roger. Yeah, I didn't bother to look up to see how close you were to start with. I just heard you say you were in North Carolina. I didn't realize you were that close, but that's a short step, over.
Yes, it is, and it's good for the guys on the live stream to hear, hey, you can talk local, too, on 20 meters. Yeah, sometimes I'll be down at Topsail Beach. Anyway, I'll just tell the story. You can listen to the live stream or whatever, but Topsail Beach, and there was a guy, he's a silent key now, but he used to blast my ears off with ground wave on 20 meters when I was calling CQ with the QRP, because he was a block away or 2 blocks away at the beach, and he had an antenna right there in the salt water. Hey, 73 W4NDK. Good to hear you, Mark. Nice to meet you on the bands. And this is our second contact, 73 W4NDK.
Yeah, that didn't have to be November 4 Victor, November Yankee, did it? Down Topsail Beach.
November 4 Victor, November Yankee. Is his name Bobby?
No, I think it was Matt.
I'm going to have to meet. If he's still alive, November Yankee, that would be great. No, this was Bobby Humphrey. He was a general contractor. He was a friend of my dad's. You know, I've grown up at Topsail Beach. You know, I'm from Charlotte, but I grew up down at Topsail Beach. And, yeah, Bobby Humphrey. I'll tell you what his call sign was. It was November 4, November Papa Hotel.
All right, I'll got that down. Yeah, I was looking up the GNY and that license is expired. Yeah, he's a silent key, so let's bring somebody else. Anyway, good to meet you again, and I'll let you go. Thanks for the contact. 73. 34 NDK, K4 FTU,
73. Yeah, look and see if you got Bobby in your log. November 4, November Papa Hotel. They used to own a tackle shop called the Tackle Box at Topsail Beach way back in the 70s, and they were a couple blocks from our house. Missed the guy. Now people are buying up the houses and tearing them down and putting big McMansions up at the beach. 73 W4NDK. Okay, I want to hold the frequency, but I need to get a cup of water if I want to keep talking. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Anybody else out there?
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Sierra Juliet.
Kilo Echo 8 Sierra Juliet.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Sierra Juliet.
Okay, Lyman in Michigan. You are 5-4.
You are 5-7. Can I have your call sign, please?
Yes, you went up to 5-5. Call sign is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo.
Thank you, sir. Go get your drink of water.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to chat a little on the frequency and hold it, or if you can, that'd be great. If not, that's okay. If someone takes the frequency, I'll be back. I'm not even sure what's going on with the YL system today. Maybe they're at Hamcation. Hey, thanks, Lyman, for the contact, and correct me if I got your first name correct.
You are correct, Lyman. Lima Yankee Mike Alpha November.
Okay, you came up to 5-7. I'm giving you a 5-7 both ways. Hey, 73, that's Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Sierra Juliet. This is Whiskey 4 NDK. If someone could hold the frequency, that'd be great.
I will try.
Thanks very much. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Sierra Juliet. I see you're back. 7-10.
Hey, thanks for holding it, Lyman. Nice to meet you. Have a great weekend.
You too, sir. 73. God bless. Enjoy the weekend.
Yes, I will. Thanks so much. Thanks, guys. I'm going to take one more. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, QRZ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. Okay, there's a station just up for me, really splattering. So I think I'm gonna go QRT, guys. Thanks for the live stream. Go Amateur Radio and 73, y'all. I'll be back later this weekend, 7-3. Yeah, thanks, Hollywood. Yeah, I did have a good run this morning. 73, brother. And 73, Jason. Kilo Echo 2, Bravo Juliet Whiskey, KE2 BJW. Can't wait for you to get your general. Hey, 73. And 73 to Kilo Kilo 6, India Papa Romeo. That's Charles in California, 73.